Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included on hard mode with this Demolior asteroid that has landed on us. Thankfully, we put in a little bit of insulation. And starting off today, taking advantage of some advice from Cedric. Actually, last time I was trying to separate these two guys, this Pacu and this Jabbo. That's why I put that door there. I was hoping to close it, and then I realized, thanks to Cedric, you can... Oh, nope. That's attack. What I meant to do is relocate. I didn't realize that those critters could actually be wrangled, so I'm going to send them down there. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to relocate this guy. I think they've got an egg. Someone's going to have to go in there to grab that. Send them down there. Fortunately, someone's going to have to get a little bit wet, but they'll have to live with that. And the other advice from Cedric, which was, and I didn't really catch on to this last time, but build a smoker so that you can cook, in fact, all of this sweet corn, which I'll tell the dupes not to eat. We'll cook that instead. We just ended up getting research on a storage canister filler, which is going to be perfect. I'll place that now. So take in a gas pipe. That's going to take some of the carbon dioxide from here. And the dupes will empty them in these canister fillers down at the bottom. And I'll go in here and I'll say veggie popper is the thing we're like to be cooking. Just a reminder, we've got no packages or teleportation for that matter. Ravenous dupes as well. I'm going to be pushing out some food. Just a little bit more water here. So I'm going to start by generating just a little bit more mush bars down this zone. But we're going to be switching up to this new area up here soon. Okay, actually probably not, don't really need the second smoker just yet. Let's take these and max this out. And then we'll work on the next project, which is going to be the Pacu. So we want an epic Pacu farm. At least epic compared to last time. So that we can get the carnivore achievement. And I've got one Pacu, which we're working on becoming tame. Currently at 43%. Starting this whole section off with putting in a ladder right down here. Next thing I'm doing is putting an insulated wall here. I'm looking around at some of the water source that I'm going to create this epic Pacu. And we've got a cool slush geyser down here. We've got a polluted water vent that's in a cold area. We also have a cool salt slush. So I'm thinking this liquid's going to be fairly cold, and I'm just worried about that cooling the base off too much. So let's let this Pacu farm start to take shape. Create a ladder going across. Research. How about we get, I'd like to get a liquid reservoir at some point. I'm going to dig this whole area out here. Bring a ladder going down so the dupes can reach the bottom first of all. I want to relocate this Pacu and scoop out their egg. And the other thing is, unfortunately, we're getting lots of stuff dropped on the ground here, so I'm hoping to try and minimize that by digging up around this way. Looking at another comment by Emma, just commenting on the knits. So yeah, I'm going to create a door right there. I'll have to get this bridge completed to get that made. And we're going to start a ladder system, or a wall system rather, going up this way. Create some doors just so that the egg count stays in control. Alright, so that should keep these guys away. Oh, I guess they can't reach that top one. I can technically, yeah, we'll do this right here. Actually, we should be able to finish this like that. Okay, so we've got that big way to go to get that fish. And then let's dig this out. Again, this is so that all the material falls down and out. Oh, that's not a fish. I'll just bring you over there at some point. Can take this guy out. Open this up. Do a little bit of mopping in here. So now we're making all our food micro mushers up in this zone. Though if we're going to do that, we better create some tiles right there. Putting in some tiling to act as the bottom of our Pacu farm. Now, insulation, because I'm expecting this to be quite cold. Oh, Brocky, it's a terrible way to travel. It might actually limit the dupes from going down here, but there still is some stuff I want to get out of there before I put in my tame Pacu. Well, once I have a tame Pacu. Over here, we're at 13%. Shouldn't be too long. 77% stress. Wondering if I may be forced to have to do something about that. And maybe even knock this down like that. Actually, at this point, I've got to be careful about trying. I have to try to minimize the amount of time dupes spin in the water. I'm going to take a little bit moment to worry about stress and morale. So for stress, I'm going to go over here, put in a foot massage table. And for morale, which is I haven't really been doing a whole lot with, some skill points to give out to electrical engineering, which is great because I'm just about to get, definitely got to get morale up. Let's switch this over, take these two tiles out. Have this door open. If I put a bin here, which ultimately is going to store some algae, but actually just want to make sure that I empty the floor out of anything here that the Pacus can eat, because I only want them to eat from the feeder. So the dupes do get stressed out. They can go in here. Oh, we didn't make that room big enough. Alright, so now the dupes have a great hall to be able to eat at. That should up their morale. Now they have a massage clinic as well. So now we're going to take a moment and relocate some of the stuff that the Pacus can eat to get out of this room. Might want to relocate the snack this as well, actually. 1 and 2 of those. Just for the dupes. 27,000 calories. Mush bar production is quite high, so maybe we'll turn this off for just a little bit. Copy that. I'll allow them to make some mush fry. Guys going with the dirt. Oh, okay. That's right. We're sweeping up dirt. Okay, so we're done. I thought there was some more seed. Okay, so we're done then. I'm going to create another ladder system across here. Once we do that, I'll open this area up. And we'll find some more water. Let's check on this guy. Oh, okay. So we've got to tame Pacu. I don't want to relocate this guy until we actually have a feeder in there. But that should be happening soon. Knock this tile over right here so we can start that water going down there. Try taking that one out too. Don't stand there in the water. Maybe take some of this. Actually, this whole thing can go, in fact. Though I don't want to see anyone fall down. Okay. So now I'm going to build a pump next to this cool slush geyser. Send that into one of these 2 water sieves and start dumping that out so we can increase the amount of water we've got in here. See the massage table being used a little bit. Now, eventually this is going to be too cold. Maybe if I combine it with polluted water that's a little bit warmer, it'll be okay. I'd rather not have to get into the heating business. I'm also not, well, I guess we're not having any germs here, but I'm thinking of throwing in water with germs in it, not worrying about that. It'll eventually die in water in long enough time. And I don't think, I'm really hoping, the Pacus are not going to care. I don't think they do. And yeah, that can be built as well. Now we'll knock this whole thing. Oh, hold on. Oh, don't go down that way to build that. Rapto. Jeez. I was going to, okay, well, whatever. Get out of there. Alright, so that is our water tank. We should have some more water on the way here. Oh, did I forget that? Okay, to plug that in. Let's plug in this wire in here. And building a pump way down here to access the polluted water. It's a little bit warmer, and I'm going to mix that in this liquid reservoir, hoping that's going to keep this from freezing in pipes. Okay, so we've got this guy pumping along. And also going to dig out this area down here. Do a little bit of mopping up along the way. And we'll get a ladder system going down. Put in a tile right there. And eventually we'll get a pump together with that. With the salt water, I'm just going to leave it as salt water. We are cranking out mush bars, I hope. Okay, maybe we're getting a little bit low. We'll stop making mush fry. Maybe I'll just let this go forever for a little bit. Probably going to be cycle 32 till we get the locavore achievement, and then our mush bar production doesn't have to be as intense. That's the hope anyway. And I might go and put that right there. Relocate that Pacu after that's been made. How's Mr. Pacu do? Oh, look at this. We're getting some Pacu eggs. Okay, that is awesome. Just a little bit more work here. So we've got another pump going, so that's going to join with the liquid there. In fact, I don't think I have that set up just yet. Let's do this. There we go. Got that set, so let's take this, copy that, send that there. And I'll relocate these Pacu. Oh, I guess the dupes can't actually access that right there. So I've gone and requested these Pacus and eggs be moved into this new tank. The other thing that I've got going on is I've got a pump down here to take this brine up. Because I spilled a little bit of polluted water, we're just going to put that through water sieve and eventually have that jump into this huge tank. Well, what will be a huge tank once we get more and more water. Up those, right? Yep. Maybe we'll do our first empty. Maybe open up our outhouse area. Okay, so we've got our Pacu. Did we ever get those eggs? Oh, I see. Should maybe do that before they hatch. Rocky, a little on the stressed out side of things. Check out if there's... Oh, there is a bunch of skills. Okay, let's go through obsidian. Let's do better construction. In fact, being able to destroy stuff. Carrying for Carno, Repto. Maybe another dupe that can go through obsidian. Envelop. Work towards mechatronics engineering. Oh, and look at this. We've got our hydrogen generators that have been tuned up. That's good. And I suspect we're going to need another transformer. Place second transformer right here. So this back transformer will take care of the bottom part of the base, including these pumps. Just making sure you're eating from the feeder. Producing eggs, that's the whole point. If we don't do that, well, I'm not doing it right. Okay, so we've got two transformers. Let's just cut the line right here and here. Should make things a little bit healthier. Just two more pipes, guys. There we go. And then we'll start bringing up some brine in our whole setup. So I plan on making a jawbow tank as well. So we'll open up that area, but I'm looking at the cycle 27, expecting to get the locavore achievement around cycle 32. So there's a few things I want to have available to me by the time I get that locavore achievement. So I'm going to create those rooms over here. Start off by relocating this electrolyzer. Whoa. Oh, I destroyed a pipe. Whoops. I meant to destroy the electrolyzer. So the thinking is I want two things in particular. Well, basically anything farming is what I'm avoiding doing until I get the locavore achievement. So creating a food source for lums is one, and then creating some sweet corn. Let's start to create that right around here. So here is 2 lum stables going in. A little bit of water in the way, so we're going to open up this area to let that drain down. That's actually going to add more water to that guy before he runs out. So now we've got all this water being added, brine on this side. And let's just check. Want to make sure he's happy, producing lots of eggs. That's essential. So there is some farming tiles. 35,000 calories. Let's just pause our mush bar production temporarily. And what I'm aiming to do is get 12 tiles so that we can get some of this ore grove node nice and long like this, and this will be the end of this stable. So I'm going to put a critter feeder in here, and I think I'm going to transfer this guy in a little bit early. Hopefully this works out, because I know that the amount of figs is very limited. Speaking of which, have I told the dupes not to eat figs? Okay, dupes do not eat figs. So now we've got a lum in this stable. Actually, I'll hold off sending food in here just yet until this guy actually becomes tame. Chill off. Starting the process of taming the lum. Getting some piping in here so we can grow some nodes once we get the locavore achievement, which should be around the corner pretty soon. Okay, and now it is time to find a spot for some sweet corn. So I've chosen to grow some sweet corn over here. Form a ceiling to our laboratory, like this. Create that open that door. Okay, so we'll be ready to go with some sweet corn or a grove node. Oh, looks like we need to raise you. And I'm just wondering if I dump this liquid in or save that. I think I might as well dump it in. We'll dig out up around here. Get all this water added to our great Pacu farm. And supplying critical material. Just thinking that might be too close. Had to dig that out, I'm thinking. Actually, that's going to trap the dupes from not being able to go up. Well, get it back. Oh, and we've got Raptu, who's no longer stuck. Okay, never mind. Oh, that. I'm hoping this is going to be okay. But are you actually stuck? Maybe you're just looking for something to do. Let's get busy with another project then. Next on the list is to make a carbon dioxide pump at the bottom. Carbon dioxide is starting to get a little bit concerning, so good time to do this. Oh. Oh. Algae. Oh, ouch. Forget about that. Okay, let's A, get the algae out of there. And then B, put in this right there. Glum, let's get this built, guys. Thinking about insulation underneath this. Let's get the pump built. Actually, maybe not while the carbon dioxide is so bad. We'll get down here and do some insulation once carbon dioxide levels have gotten a little bit lower. So we'll look for not oxygen. This will do a little bit of mopping up here. See, Mimolette, since we're going to be getting the locavore achievement and wanting to plant some of those guys, let's not cook those anymore. Excellent. So that is our carbon dioxide pump. That should take care of the carbon dioxide situation. Well, after looking at the installation project down there, had me think, how are things doing up here? A couple pieces that are making me nervous. I don't know if I actually should be or not, but I'm going to put some insulation in there. A single piece in there and there. A piece in right there. I'm worried about this guy, though. Maybe take this out. Okay, so that's going to get that guy to drop. Let's put this in there just for the hydrogen to flow left. Oh, we found a snack as fruit. Alright, 17,000 calories. Expecting the locavore achievement pretty soon. Oh, insulating around here, especially since I don't want the ore grove nodes to get too cold. So we'll start off with a couple pieces of insulation around here. Check on you. Okay, so we've got a groomed, tame, a lum. So let's go down to lum. And start bringing in our figs for this guy to eat. It's starting to be dropped off so he can eat that. I'll seal this area off to prevent some more polluted oxygen. We also have a single deodorizer in the central area of the base. Okay, so let's finish off by putting that in. Okay. Things are looking pretty good to me overall. So I'm going to relax a little bit and make a nature reserve for everyone to enjoy. Let's see, Jollof, Critter Ranching, Stego, Carrying. And some of these doors, except for the stable, obviously. This might end up being too big. We'll see if we have to slide in some sideways doors. Start that process now. Okay, open this guy, open this guy. And let's check the size of this. Okay, too big, 128. Just have to get rid of 8. So technically that's 2 more on the way. Think that should do. Oh, there's that too. Oh, colony achievement earned. Okay, missed that. There's the locavore achievement. Done. Awesome. So I think I'm going to stop here because there's a lot to do now that I've got that. And I want to think about that very carefully. Although I'd really like to get the nature reserve done, but actually there's just a couple. Let's yeah, I'll do a couple, one more move maybe before I end for the day. So at the start of cycle 33, I want to get some millet going. We want to get some of the sweet corn going. Relocate that critter over here. But the most important thing, highest priority, is to get these Aura Grove nodes going there. There's a millet that can be planted up here. And let's open up some of these and see what we got in terms of either a nature reserve or not nature reserve. No, no nature reserve. Maximum, 125. Oh, okay, so we need to get 6 more, right? Well, 5 more, but... Okay, so that is growing. We've got some of this in there. Let's get a priority moving that critter. Open, open, and open, just to make it easy to walk across. And there is our nature reserve. Okay. Well, I think things are looking pretty good. A little bit concerned about food. If I did get you in too early, there is another guy that I can send in there. But most important thing, I haven't been checking on this for a bit, but elderly, which can't do anything about that, but glum. Why glum? Oh no. Oh no. I have to take a close look at this. So I found some algae sitting right here. Dupes, I know you're going to get wet, but please, that's very important. Get that out of there. These fish are not allowed to eat something. Okay, then that just leaves the dirt, which is not something that's a priority. Okay, all right. I think we're in a really good state. We've got this massive Pacu farm. Now I'll need to make some of the infrastructure around it as we get enough actual Pacus themselves. All the Pacus, this guy has, or all the eggs that's been laying, it's been resulting in some Pacu fries. They're going to grow up. They're going to make a crazy number of eggs. That's the expectation, hence the infrastructure, auto sweepers, and all that. In fact, where are we with a dupe? I think Velop. Because next time I would love to get into... Well, okay, we're a little bit there away from that. But anyways, maybe I'll have to do some more luxury stuff, such as washrooms, or I guess I'll get thinking and figure out where we're going to go next. But I think we're looking pretty good. All right, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included. Thanks for watching, guys.